Hello, viewers. How are you? My name is Branis, and in this episode of Credible Perspectives, we're getting into season 2, where we're talking about electric vehicles. Now, when we talk about electric vehicles, we're actually looking at what we're currently seeing in the country. There's a lot of discussions around it, but today we really want to demystify a lot of what people think electric vehicles are. Today, we want to have conversations that are going to make you clearly understand why we're in this season and what we need to do to position ourselves accordingly. So now we're going to be talking about durability of these vehicles in Kenya and also the public service vehicle endorsement. And with me today, I have the country manager of Roam, Mr. Habib Lukaya. And it's really nice. We're having a conversation just about what people really need to know. So I'm really happy, Habib, that we already started having this conversation because even for me, you started to just break down a lot of things that maybe I had my own perception of. So welcome to Credible Perspectives. And today we're going to really get down to the absolute bedrock of electric vehicles. Now, maybe first I just want to start by asking, and I will ask you to introduce yourself, but I want to start by just breaking this conversation and asking, these motorbikes, can they really survive our Kenyan roads? Let's just start there first.
Yeah, thank you, Branis, and thank you for having me here. Your question is spot on because that's the biggest concern for
Yeah.
everyone who's getting into the electric mobility space. It's like, can they survive? If you speak to the insurance, they have their own concerns, like how long will they run?
Yes.
For the end users, will it break tomorrow? Okay.
Yeah.
And we as Rome, we're doing things differently because we have spent so many years. Rome didn't start yesterday. It has been around since 2017.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is like 8 years plus that we are trying to perfect the product. So we have really taken time to understand what the local use case is, the terrain, and we have done different scenarios and tests. And if you look at our product itself, has gone through different iterations. So even for the founders of the company to decide to set up manufacturing
Yeah.
locally here, it was very intentional. They had the opportunity to set it up somewhere else and just bring the product here.
Yes.
But they looked at Kenya. One, we have very youthful talent. We have the capacity to deliver. And now we have the most diverse terrains. If you want to test the bike in a sandy, hot climate, you
Yes.
can actually do it in Kenya. So we have covered numerous range of environments that we can actually test. And talking about our roads are very unique.
Yes.
Okay. So if imagine any type of road, you'll find it somewhere in Kenya.
Yes. Bumps, potholes, steeps,
Exactly.
slopes.
Exactly. So that alone gives us the innovative ideas of how to structure and design the product. And that's what we have actually done over the years. We first developed the Roam Air 1.1 bike that was based on a normal frame for the bikes in the market, the famous, the Bajaj, the Boxer. We did that, and then we looked at the functionality. Okay, we looked at the durability of it, considering everything, every factor. Looked at the use case. What will someone want to use this bike for? That also plays a crucial role because there are people who use it for very weird things. People carry cows on the bike.
No, I like that you brought that up. So, no, and this is really, and this is why I like this conversation because people think that the bikes are just for transportation. I'm carrying a passenger, I drop them. Worst case scenario, logistics, I'm delivering a small package. So I like that you bring in that conversation of, we need to know what function the bike is going to be taking up.
Yeah.
Or what you're doing with the bike. Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead.
So we look at all these functions and all these use case scenarios, and we have developed a product that actually can fit the market. And for us, it's not the end of development. Because recently we just launched the Gen 2 which is the Roam Air Generation 2, which was the predecessor was the first Roam Air we did. And if you look at the second time, the first time we designed the Roam Air, it was now looking at our own frame, our own design, that engineers have sat down like, okay, this is what we think will happen and this is how the bike can be used based on the data we have. But when we went back, now we had sold like 1,000 or so bikes on the road. Now we went back to the riders. So for different use case, those passengers, those ride hailing, those guys just use it to commute and got feedback from them. What would you want changed? What would you want improved? What do you want us to add on the bike? And we developed the Gen 2, the Roam Air Gen 2, which is a co-designed with the end user.
Yes.
So the riders were invited in. We have different sessions and people talk. You talk to the engineer who is going and they tell you like, this is what we think we can make here. This is what we can change.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? And then we have durability tests that we actually do it together. We do durability tests with our internal people. We also do durability tests with different users who come and participate in these scenarios.
So what you're saying is even validating these bikes is not just in like on let me call it what. Let's say if you're doing this in a lab or something, you're not just validating there.
Yeah.
You're actually validating by engaging with people on the ground.
Yes.
Users, potential users, and now you're implementing that even in any new type that you're bringing in. Okay, so what you're doing is you're actually localizing it.
Exactly. We are locally manufacturing the bike here. That's when we say we are local manufacturers of electric vehicles. We're actually doing it here locally.
You know, I saw this bike at an event.
Yeah.
The one I saw was orange. It had an orange. That bike is locally assembled.
Yes, locally, like 30% of the content actually is locally sourced. And currently we are working on making sure that the local content increases to 70%, so that we have very few components that we can actually ship from abroad.
Yeah.
And the reason for this, it goes back to durability also.
Yes.
If you look at our model as Roam, we are giving optionality. Okay, we are giving optionality to the rider, optionality to the user of the product.
Yes.
Optionality means that you can charge the bike anywhere. We give you the bike, give you the charger, we give you the battery. You can decide to move with the bike to Marsabit and you'll be okay.
Okay.
As long as you have a socket where you can charge your phone, you can definitely charge your battery.
Okay.
And the concept behind it goes back into the product development itself. If we are giving this optionality to the users, then we also should build the bike on the platform of repairability.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And the most common, there's no town in Kenya it doesn't have a small motorbike spare shop. Okay?
Yeah.
So we look at what are the most common wear and tear components, okay, that someone will want to source, and where will they get them? And we try and make sure all our components fit within the same specs. Okay?
Yeah.
It will be Roam, yes, but we have it that you can actually come and get a shock from a different OEM and fit it on the Roam Air, and it will still work.
Okay.
You can change the rim.
Yes.
If you want a chrome rim, you can get it. If you want a different type of rim, you can get it and still fit on the bike. So we are not locking any consumer in. Because the mindset is, we want you to be able to survive with the bike long enough. It's the same traditions we have even for motorists. People have old vehicles that are surviving in Kenya because they can get spare parts.
Yes.
If it breaks down, I can go there and get a spare part and fix it.
Okay. I like that because you've actually connected engineering to the direct physical experience that the road user gets, even the passenger. Because remember, if someone is moving a passenger from point A to point B, they need to also feel safe, knowing that this bike will be able to make it through certain terrain. I mean, we're looking at rain, we're looking at mud, we're looking at standing out on the road, you know, that kind of thing. So now, beyond the electronics, there's the sheer physical beating and shock absorption, suspension, these are not just about comfort, they're about durability. So talk to us a little bit about some of these, what you're putting together to just make sure that not only is it serving its purpose, but the durability of the bike is also well factored in. Because, sometimes the way some of our people ride on the road, it's easy for me if, let's say, I was an investor and I bought it and I gave it to somebody to run it. I'm really looking at wear and tear of this bike. So talk a little bit about you people factoring that also into mind.
Yes. So there's two things when you talk about durability that come to mind right now. The first time we launched the bike, I think the first Roam Air, we started experiencing a lot of wear and tear with the sprockets. I'll give you a good example of a component. And we later learned that it's because of the motor power, because we are using a similar metal components with the sprocket that is available in the market for the ice bike. But there were frequent reports of early wear and tear of that component.
Yes.
And this is because of the motor power. And this causes immature wear and tear of the component.
Okay.
Okay. So we went back to the drawing board and looked at the motor that we designed, and we came up with a different. So we proposed a different chemical material for the metal composition of the sprocket. And now the sprocket can run longer than what it used to run before, because we changed that. So we looked at the vehicle capacity, what it can deliver, and looked at how do these people want to use it. And that change alone in our composition of how do we want this part to wear and tear improved on the durability of the product. So we looked at what the market use case, what's in the market. Okay? This is what is in the market currently. Can you work on EV? If it can work on EV, how long will it run? Then if we factor there's a gap, then we come in and try and meet that gap and make sure that this component is actually available in the market and can last that long. So this has led us to have different warranties periods for different components. Because now we understand that this component should go this much.
Yes.
Then we can be able to guarantee the rider that if it breaks down before this, then it should come back. We'll be able to fix it for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And considering we are locally, the turnaround time is actually short. So you walk in, you get it replaced, you go back on the road. Okay?
Yeah.
So you don't need to worry about, I have to wait for 6 months, this component is not available, this is what, they have to ship and everything. So we don't do that currently. And that's the beauty of being a local manufacturer.
Yes.
The turnaround time is actually shortened. Two, we look at the components that are available in the market should be interoperable with whatever we put on the bike.
Yes.
If somebody is not happy with the tire quality or the tire we give, they're actually free to be able to go into a market and get the tire they want. Okay?
Okay.
Yes.
So you're not restricting them to only work with what you initially had in place. You're letting them know this is always something that we are looking at. We're constantly putting our ear on the ground to understand what the need is. Now, because you've already looked at that, I'm still going back to locally manufactured here, because there is this name, NTSA. Now, a major moment for any vehicle that's getting into the Kenyan market, you will have to have a conversation with them because they need to endorse. Now, this isn't just the rubber stamp that we're talking about. I want you to walk us through that process of what are the tests, what are the standards you need to meet, where do the vehicles, the EVs, typically fail when it comes to meeting that mark, and how have you people been able to overcome that?
That's a very good question, because we as a manufacturer, we work with all government entities and NTSA closely, especially NTSA.
Yes.
We work with NTSA closely, being local manufacturers, because the vehicles are built here you have to register them. Before they're actually registered, you have to take them through the different tests. So there are different tests that the vehicle is taken through.
Okay.
Just like the normal, when you go for assessment for you to be able to have the vehicle on the road, there are different tests that they will have to comply with. So it's the same for all our vehicles. They will do durability tests, there will be handling, there will be how comfortable it is, they look at comfort. They look at in terms of speed, they'll advise this is the limit that you need to cap it at according to the regulations.
Yeah.
So they will give us all those guidelines and we'll be able to meet them. And time over time, they have actually come and audited that we still comply on those things because they register all our fleets.
Okay.
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 We register all our fleets through NTSA. And with that partnership has made it easier for us to be able to deploy vehicles on the road. We continue to work with not just with the NTSA, with also Ministry of Transport. They'll be able to come and work with us. I think our facility is the most visited facility now by so many people locally, internationally. They come there to see exactly what's happening and what manufacturing is.
Oh.
And we give a different perspective that no one else does in the industry because we show them exactly what we do. We take them through our production process, how the bike is put together, how it's tested, and how it gets on the road. So that builds confidence even to the end users. Yes.
So you're saying it's not just the people, the players in that space who come to your plant. Anyone who is interested and made a request to come and see what happens is seeing the same process that a government official is seeing when it comes to the whole process of you people doing the manufacturing.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, everybody is talking about battery degradation. And I know this is important because people will always ask, what is the lifespan of the battery? What do I do with it once it has done its work? But there's also the degradation of the chassis. Now, I want you to just tell us degradation of the battery, the chassis, the suspension, and the motor itself. Under these conditions, under the conditions that people are operating in Kenya, what is the expected lifespan of these?
We have done a life cycle analysis of our vehicles. And we have seen how much value it can generate just from the consumer who gets the bike. For the bike itself, generally as it is, we have put it as a 5-year product.
Okay.
Whereby you can get it and use it comfortably for 5 years without any issues. Recently, we hosted one rider, and that rider has clocked 127,000 kilometers on the bike.
Wow.
Okay. That rider has never had a motor failure, has never had issues with the battery. He has never even come to a public charging station. He charges his bikes at home, his batteries at home.
Oh.
Okay. He has 2 batteries, charges at home, uses the bike for normal commute. He has customized the bike to his own liking. Okay. He has not come to us for any major part change. That is the motor, the electronic component, the controller, and everything has not visited us a single day for those things.
Wow, that's,
Okay.
yeah.
He has made changes based on how he wants the bike to look like.
Yes.
He has added LEDs, he had added different lighting, different protection gears that he has put on the bike, which we actually celebrate. Because when we see that, we actually celebrate such initiatives. It's the same culture that is actually in the matatu. There are different matatus, different designs. And the boda also have the same. You'll find a boda rider or a motorcycle rider has customized their bike to look a certain way. So it's not just about the bike, it's about also themselves. So they take pride in it. So with these efforts, we have tailored the product to be able to be durable enough for this person to be able to continue enjoying it. So when it comes to vehicle, most people give warranties in two ways, either in range or in components.
Yeah.
So for the whole vehicles, for us, we have a 30-kilometer range. And for the frame, we have a 5-year guarantee that the frame should be able to work normally, unless now you're doing something supposed to not to do.
Yes.
So there's also those limitations where, because we have tested, you can carry 240 kg on the frame. So somebody should not try and do
More than that,
500.
you're being ambitious.
Okay.
Try to cut
So,
costs.
yeah. So we
Yeah.
try and educate them also about these changes. When it comes to the battery, which is a very controversial topic, especially on EVs, because people are still new on how to understand the battery, how it works. So for the battery, we give a 2-year warranty or a 800 cycle. So the battery is about care, how people care about the battery. I have a phone that I've been with since 2022. And we are in 2025. I've not replaced the battery yet.
Wow.
Okay?
Okay.
And the reason is I respect my phone when it tells me to charge it.
Yes.
Okay? Because what a cycle means that don't drain it. Don't fully consume the battery to zero. Okay?
Yeah.
Because you're shortening its life. So what the battery do, they lose capacity to hold power. They don't die.
Okay.
Batteries don't die. They lose the capacity to hold give you the same amount of power that you are enjoying.
Yes.
So for us, we take that battery and educate the consumer. This is how you need to charge the battery. This is how you need to take care of it. Okay? Then there is another option, because we also sell the battery and the bike. So technically they own the battery. Okay? What we give them towards the end of life, which we are predicting might start next year, that is when the battery has less than 80 state of health. So 80% is state of health is it can only give you 80% of the capacity.
Yeah.
Okay, that it originally was designed for. Okay, constantly without failing. So if you start dropping below that, then we are offering a buyback option, whereby bring that battery for us, we'll buy it.
Oh.
Okay, and then we give you money to be able to put up a deposit or a down payment or top up for the second generation of batteries. Something that people don't know, the cost of batteries keeps going down. Every 5 years, you find the battery's price has gone down, the technology has changed, has evolved, because our next battery will not be the same battery. So it will be cheaper, it will be even easier to fast charge and give you more range. That's another very wide topic between fast charging and range, again, because that also affects how people use the product.
And that means you're actually already thinking ahead, because you know that 5-year period is coming to pass. So, and I like that you're giving them the option that we'll buy it back.
Yes.
But we'll make sure that the flow is seamless, so that you're not now worried about, I sell my battery and then I have to buy another one that is quite expensive. How do I do that? So I really like that, again, you're thinking about not just making it reasonably priced for them, but you're also thinking about the fears.
Yeah.
And it's these fears that make many people go out and create their own narrative. And that needs to be really managed. So this conversation is getting really interesting. And sometimes people might think, not everything has only good. There would be some downsides about it. And I want to talk about entrance into the market when it comes to EV, because we know that there are those ones who have died prematurely. I don't know if that is a funding issue or it was their model. But when we hear those kind of stories, we become a bit skeptical about this EV space. And if I was looking at it maybe as an investor, I'm thinking, I don't know if I want to put my money in this space. So how is Roam engineering yourself differently so that you're able to actually see these pitfalls, know how to navigate them, but again, still remain as the leader when it comes to EVs?
At Roam, we fully believe in giving the consumer the power, because eventually they're the one that will decide. Okay, this is not going to be a decision of investors, a decision of government. It's going to be a decision of the consumer. What do they want?
Yeah.
And this decision is going to be based on what they have seen, the experience.
Yes.
As you mentioned, there have been so many entries in the EV space, but the problem is now, how do you survive? It's like a race. Okay, so this is a marathon
Yeah.
whereby hundreds will start,
Yes.
but very few will get to the finish line. As Rome, we are prepared to get to the finish line by one, banking on localization. Okay, because we believe fully that if we are able to produce it locally,
Yeah.
it will be sustainable, it will be durable,
Yeah.
and it's going to live long enough, okay, to get to the finish line.
Yeah.
So for investors, they always look for different models, because there are those investors that are very risk averse, whereby they don't want something very high risk. So the challenge with our model, it requires a lot of capital initially, because
Yes.
if you're actually working on localization, it's not cheap, because you have to invest in toolings,
Yes.
you have to invest in local capacity, you have to invest to link your international supplier to a local supplier to capacity build. So invest time, money, all those things
Yeah.
you have to factor in. So it's not for the faint-hearted, but for the community we have here, they're actually happy. And even recently, we started a crowdfunding initiative to include the communities, because we get requests like, how do I invest in EV? How do I? But for those who are locally here, they're asking those questions because it's a new space people are excited about. And we are opening up, like, yeah, you can come, we'll guide you through the investment, not just invest in this model, but invest in the whole ecosystem. Because we design the product, we design the charging infrastructure. Okay, so we have the whole, even the software itself. We are also invested in software. So we give you the whole ecosystem opportunity to actually invest in.
Okay. So I know we're coming to the tail end of this. In Kenya, we know there's a lot of refurbishment that is going on. And what we say is, second-hand vehicles. What I'm trying to get to is a vehicle isn't dead when it breaks down because it can be fixed. Just touch a little bit on how repairable your EVs are when they break down, because you see, you're talking about the good state of the whole vehicle, but when it breaks down, how repairable is it? Even though, yes, you're doing it locally here, not 100%. So if there's any support or anything that you need from outside, that period, I'm looking at the person who's using this bike maybe for business. What are they losing, or how fast is your turnaround time?
So two things when it comes to repairability. We have built a bike to be able to get any parts in the market to repair.
Okay.
And we're limiting very few components, people to come directly to us that needs warranty and processes like the drivetrain, that is the motor, the battery, and the electronic bits. And these components, we have them locally. So we can be able to fix your bike. And recently we opened a service center, which is a drive-in, drive-out service center on Lusaka Road that has the capacity to do like 150 riders a day, 3,000 a month. And for businesses and also people who are using the bike or the Roam Air for business, what we usually offer, if your repair takes more than an hour, we give you a loaner, which is a bike that you can use temporarily as your bike is getting fixed, so that does not disrupt your cash flow. Okay, so we have this blended mix of services that we keep on offering and be able to help the system continue to work. So we are not neglecting you and say it's done, but we're also offering you, come in, we'll give you something to use as we work on solving your problem. So we have seen that work quite well. And also, we have reported very few cases whereby we have issues where they're beyond repairs. Yeah.
Okay, so as country manager, and you've been in this space, you're playing this space, you people are leading when it comes to EVs. What is the one thing that you want people listening to this show to understand about the Roam bikes and just generally about the EV space?
There's so much happening on EV space. And most of the EV players usually driven by cost. Okay. So what I want to advise people, don't put cost, the acquisition cost, as something that you look at. Look at the what will be the long-term cost of being with this vehicle.
Yeah.
That looks into the repair, the maintenance, the charging fees. So people should start thinking of that, not just the short term, how can I get into?
Yeah.
People should start thinking like long term, if I need support, will this vehicle still be around?
All right. So
So that's my focus.
And thank you so much. I really like that you are constantly engaging users and even prospective buyers along the process, but also you're constantly getting feedback and bettering what we currently have. Habib, thank you so much. I really appreciate and thank you for honoring our invite. And you've talked about features, you've talked about durability, you've talked about the range. And this is what Kenyans really need to understand when it comes to the Roam bikes. So I want to really appreciate and thank you for your time. It was really lovely having you having this discussion and just for you easing the fears that anyone who wants to go into this space would have. So thank you so much. We're glad that you were listening. If you have any questions, any concerns, or your feedback, we'll be happy to hear from you. Thank you so much.